How's it going? This is your Supply Chain Pro here, and in this video, we will be reviewing the 3 steps to accountability in the workplace. Accountability is another word used for being responsible for or holding someone responsible for something. The first step to accountability is identification. You have to start by identifying the desired outcome or what is right and what is wrong. Many of us have worked at jobs where different bosses give different directions on what is right and what is wrong in any given situation. When this occurs, the leadership team has not yet been able to identify what is correct and will have a hard time holding someone accountable if they can't even agree on what is right and what is wrong themselves. Some situations are very easy to identify, such as a law in a state or a country that tells employers what is right and what is wrong. Treating someone differently, especially negatively based on the color of their skin, for example, is a national law that we all can agree upon is right or wrong at our employer. This situation is easy to identify what is expected, that is fairness based on race. A more subjective or less obvious identification may be the steps to wrapping a pallet, for example. Do you walk backwards? Do you walk forwards? Do you use your hands? Do you use a tool such as a stick? How many times do you go around the pallet? How many layers needs to be applied to complete the task? In this scenario, there is no clear or obvious answer on what is correct and what is wrong. In the workplace, leadership must identify what it expects in this scenario. An excellent identification statement would be that all pallets must have a minimum of 2 layers of shrink wrap, and the wrap must securely hold the boxes onto the pallet. This statement is clear and obvious for all. The second step in accountability is communication. After identifying what is right and what is wrong, all employees must be made aware of the expectations. It would be unfair to identify what is right and what is wrong and keep the answers hidden in a box so that no one can see them and begin to hold people accountable when they haven't been told yet the expectations. There are many different ways that you can communicate expectations. From classroom training to hands-on training to procedure reviews to verbal word of mouth to instructions to announcements and even start of shift update meetings. After identifying a rule or a change, it would be patient of an employer to start off with an announcement meeting that are informational that allow employees to understand and ask questions regarding the change. It would be swift and less patient to start off with a documented signature review, for example, of the change with the employees. Neither option is right or wrong, but do what is best for you and your team in your situation. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't know the rules or you don't know what is expected of you on something that the management team is asking, be proactive and talk with your supervisor. If there is a gap in your understanding due to poor communication from your leadership team, it is very likely that other coworkers have the same concerns that you do. Ask for more information so you do not end up getting in trouble because of a misunderstanding. In the event that 2 bosses disagree, respectfully notify each boss that the other boss gave you different directions and ask that they discuss so that you don't get in trouble. The third and final step of accountability is action. If the right way to do something has been identified, and that item has been clearly communicated to all employees on the team, the next part is putting the change or solution into action. Employees who are following direction from leadership should incorporate the change or solution into their day-to-day work activities. In the event that you encounter a question once getting your hands on this new situation, respectfully notify your supervisor so they can guide you through this change the correct way. From a leadership standpoint, we should expect that all of our employees are doing the change or solution that we have communicated. In the event that you observe an employee not doing what they are supposed to do, you have already laid the correct groundwork to have a conversation regarding the correct and incorrect actions or conduct. If this is a new change that just happened yesterday, it is usually advised to start off being patient and work with your employees to continue to build their knowledge of this new change. If this is a rule that has been around for a while and you know that the employee knows what is right and what is wrong and chooses to do what is wrong, you must take action as a leader when you see this. Whenever you see an employee doing something that you know is wrong and you know they know it is wrong, you must speak with this employee every time. Not just when you feel like it, not only on Tuesdays when the boss is in the department, but every time that it occurs. If you allow them to get away with this policy infraction today, it will make future corrections to their behavior harder because you allowed it in the past, and the employee will stick to this point when you try to address it. Different leaders and different companies have different levels of patience and progressive disciplinary steps. If you have questions on the progressive disciplinary process at an employer, please see the video about progressive discipline on this channel. The link will be in the description below. As you have this conversation with the employee, you have to look at the specifics and determine how firm you should be. Use the history of this issue and the history with this employee to determine the severity of the accountability in this conversation. It may be the first conversation on this, and it should be led with patience. If you've had multiple light and patient conversations and trainings, and this employee's behavior has not changed to meet the communicated expectations, you may need to progress to a more severe or consequential conversation, such as a write-up, for example, for continued non-compliance with the company's policies. The most important part of accountability here is the consistency of you as a leader, in that when you see a behavior that is not right, you are commenting on it and addressing it. You should not see it and allow it to happen without consequence. Not every leader can write up another employee at every company. However, every leader can comment on what is right and what is wrong and relay the information of the observation of bad behavior and the conversation that they had with the employee to the appropriate authority in the event that a write-up is warranted. Just because you can't write someone up doesn't mean that this employee's behavior is correct. Take good notes of these conversations. You may need to reference them or provide them to another authority such as human resources in the event that things escalate in a negative way. If you have a great, terrible, or unique accountability situation on the job, comment down below. Like and subscribe if you found value in any of the information presented in this video. This is your Supply Chain Pro, out.